I just want to be the one around that smack your cheeks on the low. Clap your cheeks on the low. Oh shit. This dealership is empty. Man, it's paving the fucking dealership now? That's crazy. So I wonder where all the fucking cars are at. They moved all them fucking cars. And still got all this shit sitting on the side of the road. Interesting. And still parked in front of a fucking stop sign. What's up, old yeller? What's up, boy? What's up, old boy? What's up, old yeller? Nobody worried about your old little ass. You can't even get past the fence. And then if you do come over here, you ain't gonna relate what's in store for you. I'm gonna gator roll that ass. I'm gonna gator roll that dog. You're gonna be looking stupid. Good 5 minutes of holding your neck and your body to the ground shit. You'll realize two things. I done fucked up and I need to calm down. You talk to any one of my crazy ass associates, they'll tell you some random ass shit. They be like, stick your finger up the dog's ass. I'll be like, bitch, you do it. They be the same one they got bit. Right. Ain't it funny? Associates and friends always advise you on some dumb ass shit. And see if you do it. But then when you call them on they dumb ass hijinks and shit, they shut the fuck up. Cause they too pussy to follow through on it. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong when you see your friends say something stupid or idiotic and then they bitch up, they call them for what it is. Exactly. What's the worst that's gonna happen? They're gonna get in their feelings and not want to be your friend no more. Shouldn't have been your friend from the get-go. If they know you as long as they know you. I done pissed people off. I done known 10 plus years. I never want to see you or talk to you again. But life is short and their ass come right back around. Friends, business partners, whatever. See if we get back this bitch down. Boy ain't hitting the line. His shit's off right now, fuck. So he ain't up. Get on the hunt to find that gas. Who got that gas for today's show? Sponsored by like YouTube, man. Y'all niggas don't renege. What's up? I said y'all were helping small content creators. Y'all ain't. You said within 4 hours, 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 possible new subs will pop up, views. It's not working. I've been live 5 minutes. I ain't had one person come across the stream yet. You said 4 hours, 1,000. So 1,000 broken down into a fourth, which would be an hour. That means a minimum of 250 people. Break an hour down into 12 segments of 5 minutes. 250 shit. I should have had at least 4 to 5 people. We ain't even got that. Told you can't trust algorithms. Because everything's set on a timer. They parked in front of the church this time. I don't know why they try to spin the block. That shit there, right there. Get ready for that word. Let's go, let's go. Oh man, we out here, man. Out here in the cold. We almost back at the crib though, shit. It's definitely fucking cold, I'll tell you that. Shit. I'm missing that Florida sun already, man. God damn. Sorry, we'll be back down there for Christmas. But man, you're talking about 3 goddamn weeks of Christmas. Shit. I'm not gonna be able to take this motherfucking cold like this, boy. Every time I go down there for vacation and come back, I did not want to fucking come back. And then I'm like, damn, why the fuck do I come back? Right, even my people, they like, why you go back? Cause the house ain't done yet. Right. The way the fucking goddamn system works. You wanna try and buy a house and shit, you gotta do shit certain ways and shit. Everybody want fucking credit. Fuck's up with that shit, this credit shit, man. Gotta play with monopoly money to get the shit that you want. And then it's crazy because when you pay the credit shit off, it's fucking hard to get that shit back. That's what get me. Bought me a car and then paid that shit off in like less than a year and then couldn't get another fucking car. Nobody was trying to give a nigga no credit. I said, damn. They'll let you be down bad and shit. And the hole for some grands and shit to people. They be like, hey, you can have these cards and shit. Fuck nah. I need the goddamn card when I got cash on hand so I can use that motherfucker and go pay that bitch off. It doesn't feel right to me to be indebted to anybody. Fuck that. But they said, that's how you build credit. Nah, bitch, what, being indebted to somebody else? Damn. If that's the case, this shit. I need to just go out to random people and just hand them money and shit and say, bam, you owe me. Right, you owe me. Pop up on these streets and give all these shits money. Bitch, you owe me. Right. I have a better chance of return. What y'all think of that? What do you think you have a better chance of hitting? Do you think you have a better chance of giving a chick some money and she goes out and brings it back for you, selling her body or whatever? Or hitting the lottery? I think you got a better chance on the streets. Cause I watch old motherfuckers daily. We just left from the store. There's 17 people inside the store already. They only been open 20 minutes. And I already done seen $300 already lost on the lottery. So I already told you right there. When people say, oh, we ain't got money and shit like that, that's a damn lie. Cause the old head got money. The crackhead bitch at the store, she got money. Right, it's 3 crackheads in the store right now. They playing lottery tickets like a motherfucker. So I don't know where the fuck they getting their bread, but they in there spending on this shit. I know that one chick, shit, she always asks me for a couple dollars. She'll be down here later on, shit. She's like, yo, Slim, you got something I could do? Make some change for the day? Yeah, bitch. Of course I got some shit you can do. I just been gone for about a whole 9 days of shit. Bring your ass through here. She like, you want some sex? Nah, bitch. I've been gone about 8-9 days. I need my house clean. Come on. I got some floors that need sweeping. I got some shit that need mopping. A couple dishes from last night and shit you could come wash. You know what I'm saying? The shower and shit, you can take out the trash in here and shit. Little cousin ain't here right now. You know what I'm saying? Little cousin ain't here no more. So, you know, he moved out right before I went on vacation. So, you know, there go my lackey for doing some in-house chores to cut towards the cost of, you know, him staying here for rent. Right. I'll never give nobody a free ride. Empower them to do better. That's how you do. Empower them to do better. You never give nobody a fucking free ride. Hell no, because they going to use your ass. Always keep their motherfucking ass hungry. That's how I see it. Always keep a motherfucker hungry. You keep them hungry and let them get so much, they going to stay loyal. You give them too much, then now they start to revolt. And they get out of line and they forget their place in their situation. Not saying just keep a motherfucker down. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying not keep a motherfucker down and not feed your team, but if you the breadwinner and you taking care of your whole team and shit, and your man lacking and shit, go ahead and cut his ass off. Cut his ass off. Make him work for that shit. Till you feel that he back on that scale. I ain't saying, yo, just throw your man out and shit, but, you know. But that woman, though, in that woman's case, shit, what? I already know what she's going to do. She's going to come down. You know, I give her like a little 20, 30. Clean the crib up for a nigga, you know what I'm saying? And then she's going to be right back at the store, putting inside the VLC. And still miss. Also, still miss, then she'll come back later on. Because you got to watch her, see? You can tell how desperate somebody is in addiction and shit. Because she'll come around, you know, she wanted a couple things. She talk about she'll work for it, you know what I'm saying? So I'll let her come down and work for it, you know? But then while she'll stop back later and shit, once she lose her man and shit, and find out they done blew all that cash, because she giving him the money, thinking that he got that golden scratcher finger and going to hit for him. Hell no. That's her little street pimp right there. But he don't know how the game work. Good couple dollars, shit, your bitch is gone. And I really ain't got no need for a bitch on my team right now, you feel me? I ain't got no clientele out in the streets like that looking for some pussy right now. It's too cold. So, but if I was, shit, I have that bitch in here set up right now, shit. Right now, phone be buzzing. Like, hey, man, I got the party over here. Good morning. Good morning to your RJ Adventures. What adventure you going on today? I'm about to check out some of y'all pages too, some of y'all new subs and shit. That's what I do, man. When y'all sub, man, I check y'all out, man. Trying to see what kind of people we got in our community and shit. Cause some of y'all be having some pages and y'all don't be promoting y'all shit. And then I gotta go through your page and then I gotta call you out on the stream and shit. And be like, hey, man, how come you do this, and this, and you ain't brought it to us and shit? You feel me? Like, Crystal was cool, you know what I'm saying? She did art. I didn't know she did art until I went on her page and started, like, stalking a little bit, I would say. When I say stalking, investigative work. You know? Check on everybody's ass. Cause I can't stamp you. I don't want to be that guy that stamps you as legit and shit, and then here you are falsifying like a motherfucker. And then years later it comes back on me and shit. And they be like, yo, but you certified that guy. I don't want to be that dude. I done seen it happen to too many people that I talk to on a regular basis. They be on a show and then their co-host flip the fuck out. And then they try to get the whole community to go after them individuals and shit. That's why me and my boy Graham, we got the best relationship. You know what I'm saying? That man one of my biggest clients and supporters. Trust and believe. He'll be back tomorrow and throw me a couple of hundred. Just cause. I'll be like, hey, bro, we need to stock up for the end of the year and some stuff like that. Let's get some new software, some new stuff going. They'll be like, all right, bet. What you need? Bam, check the cash app. I already done sent it. I'll be like, damn, hold on. I'll get to it in about an hour or so. That's like, hey, most of the time it's like that. Somebody send me payment. Yo, I don't even check that shit because it really ain't no urgency for me to check it. Now, if they make it like an urgency, then I'm going to check it, you know, because some people get so butthurt, they send you something and then they don't get that acknowledgement. Oh, I done sent them such and shit, and then, you know, you don't acknowledge them in time and shit. Nah, man. Nah. Hey, if y'all checked out the stream yesterday, like shit, I had like 17 people hit me up with a total. Over the night, hit me up with a total and say, yo, did you clear almost like 4 or 5 bands yesterday? I was like, what? I said, damn, you were adding up the total? Yeah, man, you played like 15, 16 videos. And if you were doing like 300 per video with like 5 videos for 400, then you should have had about this much. I said, damn, you pocket watching like a motherfucker. Goddamn, pocket watching like a motherfucker. I said, damn. And then I told him what it was, and he said, damn, that's smart as fuck. I would even never even thought. I said, yeah, see? The art of assumption and perception and deception. I could put something on the screen and have you tell you, hey, it is what it is. I could tell you, like, this right here is tobacco. When you clearly see me just roll up, bust it down, empty all the tobacco out, re-roll it back up with the weed, but I can tell you that this is tobacco, and you're going to be like, nah. We just seen you go through the whole process of removing the tobacco, so we know it ain't tobacco. But then somebody else would come in not knowing all the facts, and they'll say, what are you smoking? Tobacco? Alright. We did the whole episode, and we put it on there, and one person was smart. They said, hold on. How are you getting donations and people paying you when you didn't even have any payment methods listed on the screen at all? I said, somebody got the fucking point of the whole exercise. Somebody got the point of the whole exercise. I said, you notice we didn't have no cash tag, no Chime, no PayPal, no barcodes, no drop affiliate shits on the screen, but it was like, yo, 300 for a skip, 5 skips for 400. Didn't even say any kind of currency indicator for the 9. or for the amounts to indicate if it's dollar, yen, ruble, you know what I'm saying, pounds, Aussies, whatever. It didn't say none of that shit. But just the thought of somebody thinking that people were sending us actual figures of shit. That was the art of it. That was the whole art of the whole thing. Cause what's going to happen is, this week, I'm going to go through all them podcasts. Yeah, but look, I'm going to go through all them podcasts in my community this week. And you're going to see everybody that was usually charging a certain amount, they're going to up their price point. That's what's going to happen. They're going to up their price point because now they feel underappreciated. So it's going to cause feelings to get stirred because they're going to say, damn, I play Yo's music too. He done sent him a couple bills and shit. He only sent me like $5 to $10 every now and then. Why is that guy over there getting more attention than what I'm giving? You know what I'm saying? And even if they want a list, it's simple stuff. Go back and watch some of y'all content and shit. Who wants to watch a video when you send a video or somebody's song and the shit's fucking sitting there buffering or stirring on the goddamn screen and ain't made no fucking progress? And then you're like, oh man, I can't figure out why this bitch is buffering. Well, YouTube tells you at the bottom of the corner, you're having network issues. That's usually by your internet speed. Or if your shit is sitting there buffering or it stops on the video and you got reloaded and shit, it's probably your equipment. Probably been rocking some shit since COVID-19 that you got on the low off of the free stimulus bread and shit, and you ain't did nothing to come up yet. Like, I get people asses, like, even other streamers, yo, how come every time you do a stream, that shit looking better and better every time? How come your music doesn't stop or it fucks up when it's playing back and shit? Because we invest in the product. This show is the product. This is what we get to the people. So we want the people to hop on a platform where you can get the best quality of your shit. That's why we did the plastics and toys. Cause like old boy said, the mind can play tricks on you. Exactly. You got to come with different tactics every now and then. Like we made it seem like I was going to change the title of yesterday's stream. We changed it on one of them to how to make a bag. I could have went in and said anything elaborate and say how to make a quick $3,000-$4,000 on a stream. I even had the people that tapped into the stream that I played their music tap in and say, damn man, you know what, I feel kind of bad as shit. Wasn't my ambition, but gotta feel a certain way. You gotta feel a certain way, you know. Hey. But everybody else gonna help their price points, just like we're gonna see this week. And everybody else is gonna get mad because they got left behind. Mm-hmm. Right. Now here's the wild part. If we do a stream, if we do put the Cash App shit on there, without using gimmicks, we don't get shit regardless. So, the joke is on who? Some would say joke's on me. Jokes ain't on me if I'm not really wasting my time and I'm being productive. That's how I see it. I did something with my time for the day. If people don't want to support, then shit, that's on them. If we gotta fake like people supporting this shit, then hey, they said fake it till you make it, but at the same time, we good rather or not. We are good rather or not. Because everybody always talk about paperwork and shit, but then nobody shows paperwork. Bro, don't show all your hustle. I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that. But sometimes you just gotta show just a little bit, just to get them to believe some shit, you know? Just to believe, because everybody ain't doing what they say they're doing. Like, we all know that. How many people you got in your circle that come up and hit you with the wildest shit? You tell them a story, and then their story is so goddamn similar to yours that you swore that you had said that shit already. You're going back like, damn. Damn, that shit was deep. And it's some shit that you done said or you done heard in passing and shit, and he brought it to you like he's the main character of it. They're trying to relate or blend in, and you're like... Then one of his friends come up and be like, damn, man, you heard about such and such? Oh, man, that motherfucker pathological liar. You can't believe shit he says. What? Yo, he told me such and such a shit. Nah, he did it. He did it. That's like I had my boy yesterday. This motherfucker, I went and smoked a blunt with. I ain't seen him in like 3 years. This motherfucker told me how he hit the lottery. And I sat there. It's like 3 of us. We sitting there eating a meal. He's telling us how he hit the lottery last year. And I'm like, oh, word? Damn, yo, okay, you want to come up. Then he tried to tell us that he owed so much money in taxes that it ate the whole lottery check. And we're like, and what else? What else? So you telling me you hit the lottery, and the lottery still ain't been hit for like 3 years. That shit's almost up to like 700-800 million right now in my state. But you just hit that bitch probably a year ago. And you ain't seen nothing yet. None of that bread come through yet. That's what got me. You ain't seen none of that bread come through yet. You apparently still got the ticket. Supposedly you still have the ticket. We ain't never seen this ticket. Even the people that we went to the store, because we even took them all the way up to Baltimore, where you have to go to the actual office and shit to cash the bitch in. We took him up there one time and shit, and he fucking disappeared on us. We took him inside the building. We go inside there, the game commission, Maryland game commission. We go inside the building and shit. And yo talking about you gotta use the bathroom. Like, alright. We're gonna meet you down at the thing. I was in there because at the same time I hit a scratch-off ticket. I hit a scratch-off. I played a $30 scratch-off ticket. I hit that bitch for like $2,100. So I was definitely flying up that motherfucker to get my goddamn shit. I was happy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew down here, the biggest store we got is like $2,000. They can cash about $2,000 out. And then after $2,000, you got to take it up north for them to cash it. So I just missed it by that $100. You know what I'm saying? So we take him up there and we sitting there. I'm like, yo, okay, you know, I go up. They process my shit real quick. The woman, she scans the little code on the back. I go ahead and sign the little thing. I slide the little state voucher thing. That way they go ahead and take the taxes and shit out of it right there. You know what I'm saying? So I get a little 1099 so I can go ahead and file that on my tax shit the next year. Get that rest of it back, you feel me? Because I already done paid it. Now we sitting there waiting for this motherfucker, yo. Go up in the bathroom, we can't find him. Yo done dip. He done dip. He ain't never had no bread. Never even had he never had the shit. Me and my boy, we called him up. We waited up there in Baltimore till about like 7 o'clock that night and shit. Then he told us that he got robbed for the ticket. Somehow I got robbed for the ticket. It was like, man, I should have just stayed with y'all with shit, man. They fucking jumped me in the alley and shit, and you know. And somebody beat your ass. Like, realistically, if somebody beat your ass and you got jumped, don't you think you're going to have any kind of indication that you were just in a brawl, a scruffle, scrabble, whatever? Maybe a nicked lip, some bruises, some kind of scarring, your body like sore. You might walk with a little limp or some shit, know what I'm saying? You just got jumped. You feel me? You just got jumped by some people and robbed. So you're going to show some kind of battle shit that you just got fucked up. We looking at him, he looking perfectly fine. Looking perfectly fine. He look drunk as shit, you know. He comes up with a fucking little thing of Mad Dog, half drunken and shit, talking about one shot. Man, y'all won't believe this, man. I was looking for y'all, man. I thought y'all left me and shit, man. So I went around. I went to go see some people I knew and shit. Hey, man, you won't believe it, yo. They fucking jumped me and took the ticket and shit, man. Fucking millions of dollars going and shit. I'm like, what, man? Okay, hey, bro, let's go back. He like, yo, hey, man, where y'all going, man? I'm fucking hungry as shit. Now, I told you we were already going to the spot to go eat. I go ahead, I'm like, had me a little, it wasn't much. It wasn't much. It was like, they gave me an assortment of like 20s, 50s, and most of it was hundreds. I tried to get some 5s and 10s into the mix because, I wanted to just pull it out and it just be like, I wanted a fat little knot of like fucking 5s, 10s, and 20s and shit just so it looked bigger than what it was. But it was a nice little lunch, paid for my friends and shit. But, yo, tell you gotta watch out because some people be capping like that, yo. They be capping. Say they got it, then they don't got it. I watch mad people do that shit all the time. Like, yo, every time I meet, like, a new artist, like, somebody comes up here from a different state, and they get word of mouth through one of my associates and shit, and they want to come record and do music with me and shit. I'm looking up to try and figure out who they are. You feel me? That way you can see, like, what kind of work you gotta do. I don't want to take them in the booth, and then a motherfucker standing there for 3 hours trying to freestyle, and he ain't came up with nothing that sound remotely of anything close to a hit or mixtape quality or even for me to even hit the record button at that point. You know what I'm saying? But they'll come off and shit and they'll be like, like I had a dude up like 2 months ago. He came from over in Cali where he was passing through, going to the beach and shit. Poured him up, this dude talking about he's like the next. He talking about he the next dude and shit. Next to blow up. And he gets there and he just kept. He was like, yeah, start that over. Now for the top. Yeah, it's too fast, I can't catch it. You ain't got something slower? I'm like, yo. The beat is 60 BPMs, my dude. I got another one, I'll put on a 41. Man, I can't catch this, man. You gotta put something faster, man. It's too slow for me. And I'm like, what? Then I go ahead, I put on like a 165, 168 beat and shit. And then he's like, yeah, this way too fast. Way too fast. And then you put on the first beat and shit, Yeah. It's still too quick. It's like, what? Nah, bro, I just hit you like 3 different tempo ranges and shit. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. Then when they finally get warmed up and shit, be like, hey, man, we're about to wrap this shit up, man. I don't think it's gonna happen and shit. Nah, man, I got it, yo. It's all in my head. I got it now, yo. I got it all. I don't even need to write it down and shit. And they be like, then he'll be like, yeah, let me do my lives. And I'm just sitting there listening. Was like, yeah, you want to start spitting it? Yeah, just double that up for me. And you're like, what? Like, I ain't recording that shit. For real, man. They be like, I ain't recording that shit. They be like, I'm gonna Hey, yo, the funny shit is when they in the booth and shit, and they sitting there and they do the whole dance with that shit. Be like, and you're like, The dance look alright. I'm sitting there just like, if only I knew what the fuck he was saying. You know what I'm saying? I already know the beat is already there. Everybody else in the room like, yo, Slim, you fucking crazy for this one. Be like, you're damn right. We pushing the borders on this one, and then the guy comes in and it's just like, and then my boy just sitting there like, damn. You need some bread right now, huh? I be like, man, shit, you can't tell, bro. I done gave this nigga a whole hour for $100 and he just sitting there. Ain't made no goddamn track the whole goddamn time. He ain't made a goddamn record the whole time, not a mixtape or nothing. Just sitting in there just and they don't come out and want to smoke the weed that we got in here. Hey man, what y'all smoking on? It's like, damn, that shit hit harder than my shit. And I'm like, I know it does. You got that little project shit right there. We got the official shit. And then they hit my shit and then they get zoned out. It's like, yeah, he wasted like about a good 25 minutes just in there doing some bullshit in the booth. Just so he could go back and say he was in the booth. And then he'll come buy some weed when he leave and shit. And then smoke out. He'll hit the blunt like the first 2 times and sit there and be like, yeah, man, so what all y'all be doing, man? You know, like, damn, this your job and shit? Like, damn, you just give me the whatever? Damn, I need to get on that, man. Like, y'all need to put me on some shit and shit. Like, you good where you at, homie? You good where you at? And you know how you get that one dude, he just hitting the blunt and shit. You like, man, pass that shit. Pass that shit. Be sitting there trying to hold the goddamn blunt. You look at it, you like, yo, we just rolled that bitch and you get it back and it's like, that's about a good 3 rotations I went by. He just sitting like, yeah, man, you know. You know, man, I just be writing off the hard and shit, man. You know how I feel with this shit. I just write it down and shit, yo. I don't even write it down, you know. I'm too smart. I just put it up inside my head and, you know, sometimes it get jumbled, but, yo. You know, that's how it be sometimes, you know. Back in the day, you know. It's like, oh, man, this motherfucker reliving glory days. He's still back there in the goddamn early 2000s when he might have had a shot at some shit. He's still living off of that. Somebody, right, he danced on the stage with somebody. He's still living off of that. Yeah, man. They used to have me as the backup. I used to write all the bars and shit, man. I was a ghostwriter, all that shit. Yeah, man, I pushed all the cars they had in the shit, yeah. Used to be the guy, you know, worked at the front gate. They pull up, you just drop the car off around the lot, pick them up, drive them to the front gate, whatever. That was you? What do you say? Sad, lonely, my people. Yeah. It be like that shit. You gotta break bread with your team sometimes too, you feel me? I do it all the time with my friends. We don't even, like, yo, when me and my boys go out, we don't even worry about what it costs, bro. If we gotta worry about what it costs and shit, we ain't gonna have a good time. You feel me? We ain't gonna have a good time. It's just gonna be boring. Cause if you gotta go out and be like, oh man, how much is it? We get somebody every now and then that chill with us, and they like, man, how much is it? I look at them and be like, man, we just drove 2 hours to get here and shit, man. I don't even want to leave, but man, he just killed the fucking buzz. He just killed the whole vibe. Asked how much it was. It was like, why didn't you ask that shit before you got your ass inside the whip for the motherfucking ride? How much it was. If you knew damn well you didn't have it, why did you even petition to come on the trip? Now, don't get me wrong, we're going to pay and cover his way and shit, because he's damn, we ain't going to let somebody just show up with us and you can't partake, you know. But we all going to rag on your ass a little bit. So, hey, you know, expect to get roasted like that whole date. I might start it off, and then my boys, they just going to throw shots throughout the day, but like, man, this guy. If it's like a chick and shit, I don't mind. For a chick, hey, I'll throw it. I'll throw it for a shorty. Oh yeah. Especially like most of my crew and shit anyway is like dyke chicks, you know what I'm saying? I got mad dykes and studs that's on my team and shit. I fuck with them heavy. All of them got wives. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? All their wives know about me. I'm the only dude that they with besides their wife and shit. You know, they get their little cheat days and shit. Their wife, she get to go treat and shit too, you know. But even the wives, they come to me. So, you know, we got that whole little friend society circle and shit, you know. Them exclusive relationships. Y'all need to get y'all some of them, man. Hook up with them studs and shit, man. They ain't that bad. They just like us. Except for cleaner, you know. A stud chick will sit there and take a bath every day, you know, every now and then, you know. Some niggas just let it ride like shit. I take a couple baths a day. You know? I just ain't gonna sit around and let my balls stink and shit, and then, you know, some random chick pops up and shit and has to tell me that my hygiene's on point. I'll feel a type of way if a woman tell me my body odor's off. You feel me? Even in the morning, if I have a shorty stay over and shit, nigga, I'm up before she up. Even if I beat up all that night and shit, nigga, I'm up. They get nice and fresh and clean before she wake up. I'll be damned if I wake up and a woman's right there beside me and she tell me like my armpits or something smell like onions or some shit like that. Or that my balls or ass or something fucking stink. Fuck that. I'd rather tell her just because she might be a little off and not realize it, you know. That way I can say it in a polite way versus her coming out and saying, you dirty ass motherfucker. Smelling like fucking balls and fucking, right, you smell like a fucking gym locker or some shit. You know how they can get, man. Women don't hold their words back for shit. She might say it just a couple times just to give you some cues, because, hey, some of them will fuck with you to give you some cues. But shit. Same way for like women and shit, like, yo, I ain't let her walk out smelling funky. You supposed to be a representation of me when you leave outside of the crib out on the streets anyway? Right. I ain't gonna have you out there making it look like I'm dirty and letting you go out. Shit. I at least take all my chicks shopping within like the first 3 months we together anyway. Go spend a little bag on her, get her old wardrobe changed over. If it's winter time, then she getting winter shit, you know. I'ma dress her up. She gotta be bundled up just like I am, like shit. I know it's cold here, so she gonna be bundled up too. Little sweatsuits and shit. We might get a little onesie shit, know what I'm saying? A little matching outfit. That's how I like to start off, a little matching outfit, then you get all your old shit. Cause really, like, you think about it, yo, like, if you think about it, women really ain't expensive to shop for. Really, women are like fucking the cheapest thing to shop for a guy, man. She'll wear any kind of stuff that smell good, so you buy her the shit that smell good that you like smelling. That ain't hard. Put her in the stuff that you like to see her wear and shit. Don't get her real tight ass shit. You want some stuff that you can at least see. See, that's why I like taking my women out shopping. Because it's good because a couple of things happen there. One, you spending some time bonding. Two, you get to see what she's wearing. So she won't be coming out with anything that's going to come off disrespectful to you, first off. You feel me? But at the same time, you got the male input. I'm going to put her in some shit that look good. But I'm going to put her in some shit that look good where it's just off a little bit. So if we're out in public, I don't have to look over my shoulder when we walk by and another dude is trying to check my chick out. Because I ain't insecure, but, you know, that does cause like a little complex issue every now and then when like somebody look at your chick, they say something. The man inside of you probably going to rise up and you going to want to fuck that nigga up. Straight up, you gonna want to fuck him up because he just disrespected you with your lady right there. He disrespected her in front of you, so that disrespected you. So you know you gonna try and get it back. So I dress her with just a little bit off, where she ain't totally covered up, but you get a little gander and shit. Just cause I want you to, to see what I'm working with and shit. And if you do cross the line at that point, then we gonna address it. Hey, especially in the mall, like shit, I done met mad people in the mall and shit. And then the thing about the mall is there's always the food court. Always the food court. So you could be at the furthest part of the mall, come back up to the food court, and you're gonna catch the same people that's still chilling in the food court. At that point, like shit, let them try some shit at that point. You know what I'm saying? Come off with the disrespect at that point. See, there ain't nowhere to run in the food court. It's a big ass area. What you gonna run for the door? Everybody in the mall gonna see you run for the door. How you know I don't know some people that work in the mall that can just hit that door before you get to it? Or catch you in the parking lot. Somebody that knows me, just off the strength, is gonna let me know who the person is. You feel me? I ain't saying that they gonna snitch you out, but they gonna let me know who it is. And life is short, so we gonna cross paths again, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't even me that's gonna be the one to fuck you up, cause I told you most of the chicks are studs, so she gonna wanna bang you off with GP. At the same time, in her mind, she's a man. In her mind, she's a man. In her marriage, she's the man. You know what I'm saying? Her wife is the wife. When she with me, she know damn well that man shit don't fly. When I go buy you that dress and them outfits and you wearing it and shit, and you already got you out in a dress with me that day and shit, I don't care if she wearing some Timbs. Right, I'll go buy you a dress to wear. Get your hair and nails done. I'm about to give you the full woman experience for that day. You a chick when you with me. Straight like that, you feel me? Straight like that. That's how you gotta do it, man. She could be as hard as she want when she go home with her wife. I done sent like 3 of them back home to their wife with a dress on. And then pick their wife up and we all go out to dinner for the night. And when her wife's like, honey, I'm like, what's up? And then she'll be like, oh, yeah, she'll get a little giggle because she'll think it's funny. And then her girl, she'll respond at the same time, too. So she'll think it's funny because it was like, it comes out like that. But they know what it is. And I give them just enough respect. That's why they fuck with me and shit, you know what I'm saying? Occasionally on and off. So, it ain't like I'm saying, hey, your girl is my girl. Nah. If it ever gets like that, then hey, that's a come up for me, right? I like to be surprised. So if she ever does come up and say, hey, I want to share my chick with you and shit, hey, I can only do you doing nothing but winning at that point. I done had like 2 did that. This threesome shit was alright. It wasn't like my cup of tea and shit. It was alright. It just was extra work. That's how I seen the extra work. I had to put in extra work for that shit. Instead of just satisfying one, now I gotta do 2. And you can only get too creative and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then after a couple of times, it's just like, what else is there? What else is there? I'd rather just have y'all around, just because y'all cool as shit. Plus, ain't time like shit. I take them to the strip club. Hey, take them to strip clubs and shit. They buy me pussy. Every year for my birthday, they go in and take me to a different strip club and shit. Send a bitch over and be like, which one you want? I ain't even gonna ask you which one you want. Yeah. And they'll just go around and they'll dance with the chicks and shit and then find a chick to send over to me. Let them pick the right. I always tell them, yo, pick the next chick for me. Right? Who do you want to see me date? They be like, oh, I can't see it. And then if I do show them a chick, they're like, she a bitch. You don't want that bitch. You always picking the stupid ones. I can't knock them on it because sometimes, yo, like, hey, I don't be trying to play Captain Save-A-Hoe, but then it turns out that I am playing Captain Save-A-Hoe. Once, like, the bucket falls out, because it's like, damn, I done built so many chicks up that you swore I was a pimp. You would have swore I was a pimp. I had a life as that for a short period. Different parts of life. I never claimed to be one. It just felt that way, you know? Just had some that would just wanted to see me up. I got like 2 sugar mamas now. They just like throwing money at me. But you gotta work for it, you know? Because sometimes Granny ain't been touched in a while. So, you know, you gotta put in that extra work. Repair the pipes and all that shit, all saying, so you can get Splash Mountain back up and running 100%. Plus, hey, the older lady's bad. She ain't nothing wrong with no bad. That's the one that put the bread in your pocket. She always got pills and shit. If you might need it. They don't care for the mess. She just glass somebody back inside there. Got the water running. She been living with empty nest syndrome for so many years. Tell you, hey, some of them, man, shit, they go through that empty nest syndrome, man. Once their kids get like off to college or they move out and shit, man. And they ain't with their previous partner no more, man. Some of them women just get closed off to the world. You see them in like Walmart. Say I'm in the middle of the night in Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Walking up the frozen food aisle and shit. Surfing between 60 to like 100 different brands of the little refrigerator units inside Walmart and shit. They got part 2 of When the Heart Cries a Silent Tear, you know what I'm saying, coming on tonight at 9 o'clock. She's surfing the aisle trying to find out what Ben and Jerry's ice cream she wants tonight to watch the matinee. Hey, don't get me wrong, I done met a woman like that before. Came through there, I was like, man, I got a taste for some seafood. I'm gonna go hit Walmart and get some of that the frozen like raw shrimp. Go ahead and steam some of that up, a couple pounds. Grab some Alaskan crab legs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to throw up a whole steamer pot. And first thing you walk in, you see Walmart, come in, you got the little hot food shit, but middle of the night, you know it's closed, and you got the little vegetables, bread, fruits and shit. And then it's like the first refrigerator unit. And you look right in there. And I looked that night and I seen like 5 women in there. And I walked straight from like one end of it all the way up to the top of the end. And I stopped and I looked in the middle, I seen some Nutty Buddies. Nutty Buddy ice creams. I said, okay, they got them here now, okay. And I'm just looking. So it's like 4 here and 3 still down here, and I'm looking. And I said, oh, okay. She got a little small pint, you know. She's just going to watch that and go to bed. The other woman, she had a big old Neapolitan thing. I said, oh, that's some serious depression. Then I seen the other woman, she had ice cream cones and shit. She had so many ice cream cones and little snack cakes and shit. So I'm like, all right. That's like soccer mom right there, you know. She getting ready for the night, day before for the kids, got the snacks, all right. Then I see the other woman, and she was just looking. And I just walked by and I said, oh man, I wonder what's on TLC tonight. And she said, oh, such and such is on. And I said, oh, word? What's the channel for it again? She said, oh, it's on 53. I said, oh, cool, that's what's up. I said, you be watching the show too? She's like, yeah. I said, oh, shoot, I got it on at the TV right now. I was just coming out here to fix me a snack before I go back and watch it. And we just sat there chatting for about like another 10, 15 minutes. Know what I'm saying? I ended up buying her ice cream and shit. Didn't even go back to my house. She walked through the aisle with me. Ended up grabbing, I didn't even get the whole fucking seafood shit that night. I ended up getting the shrimp, know what I'm saying? But then I ended up getting all this extra shit. Fucking a whole bunch of dressing and shit for ice creams, and then a whole bunch of little scoops and shit. I was just buying candy just to have candy and sparkles and all the little fucking glitter things that you put on. You know, like when you do cupcakes and shit? Man, I was buying those shits going down the aisle. Didn't know what the fuck I needed for this ice cream sundae and shit. I was just sitting there telling the woman, hey, we should just do ice cream sundaes and shit, right? And then she was going through my cart, putting certain stuff back, grabbing some other stuff, was like, oh, this ain't good for you. You should get these shrimps. And she grabbed the other kind of shrimps and shit. Ended up meeting her back at her shit. She cooked up the little thing. I had a whole little date. Whole little date. And still sat there and watched the Lifetime shit. And you know what? It wasn't bad. The shit we were watching wasn't bad. The chick probably cried in the show like 2 times, and then the shorty, she didn't cry at all, so it was kind of good. And, you know, she ended up cuddling up all underneath my arm and shit, so we just sitting there, you know. Had a good ass time. I passed out on the couch and shit. Passed out on the couch. I left, you know, I kept it gentleman-like. She tried to get me to come back to the room and shit. Nah, I told her, hey, I don't sleep on the first night. Yeah, don't sleep on the first night. Now, she would have invited me to crash on the couch and shit, and then the morning came, then that's a whole different story. You know, it's open game. You know, I done sat there and controlled all my emotions and shit the whole night, keeping the dog locked down and shit, and giving you some breathing room and shit, you know, all the chances to back away and shit. Because when it's time to get it, it's time to get it. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, girl. And I know just show this why you want. Oh, I'm feeling we can put it in a song. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but we're going to shout out this motherfucker. Okay, there's a nice little time in on, well, I might want to go ahead and do it now. So I'm going to go ahead and lock in, give me a good hour of workout out inside the shed and shit, know what I'm saying? Hit some weights for about an hour. Well, I'll say probably about a good 30 minutes to get some reps in. And then I'll probably jog a little bit, and then we'll be back on here later on the live. So appreciate all the new subs that came through. Everybody that tapped in with us, Gba Radio, man. Make sure when you tap into this show, man, you turn the speakers to the max.